All right, so this is section 1.3. This is problem number 1. I'm in the certified, so if at any point I make an error, I will get a strike and have to repeat, or either I will get an opportunity to redo the same problem with new numbers, or I can take a strike. So we're going to go through these 15 problems together. Number 1 says, while walking in the county, you count 30 heads and 82 feet. A field of pigs and chickens. So how many of each animal are there? So right now we don't know how many pigs there are, how many chickens there are. So we need two variables to represent them. I would probably use the first letter of their names. So I would say P is going to be equal to the number of pigs and C is going to be equal to the number of chickens. So I'll abbreviate chicks. Okay. So we're going to come up with two equations because there's two unknowns. So everything I don't know I need an equation for, or that's how many equations I need to be able to solve this. So one thing we do know, there's 32 heads. Each animal has one head. So I'm going to say P, the number of pigs, plus C, the number of chickens, will give me 30, which is the number of heads. And let me see if I can get this thing to autofocus and stop zooming in and out. Okay. All right, so furthermore, we know that pigs have 4 legs, so they have 4 feet. Chickens have 2 legs, so they have 2 feet. So we're going to say 4 times the number of pigs. So that means the number of legs, basically 4 for pigs, plus 2 for the chickens. That's going to give me a total of 82 feet. Okay, so being able to come up with these is going to be integral to solving this problem. Once we can come up with that, then we can do what we call substitution. So I'm going to take this first equation and I'm going to solve for P or C, and then I'm going to substitute or plug into the other equation. So I'm going to take this first equation and I'm going to solve for P. So I got P plus C equals 30. I'm going to subtract C from both sides. Positive C minus C goes to 0. Bring down your P. This equals 30 minus C. So basically this says the number of pigs is equal to 30 heads minus the chicken's heads. So I have an equation that represents the number of pigs. I'm going to now plug this in to P here. That's the same P. So I'm going to write 4, and instead of P, I got that P is equal to 30C. So now I have P times 30 minus C. So that's for P. Now plus 2C equals 82. So now I have a new equation that's all in one variable, and I can solve this. So I'm going to go through the math process and solve this. I'm going to distribute the 4. So 4 times 30, 120. 4 times a negative C minus 4C plus 2C equals 82. We're going to combine like terms. We're going to subtract because they're different signs, and that's going to give us 120 minus 2C equals 82. All right, so I'm running out of room. We will now move the 120 to the other side, so I'm going to subtract 120 from both sides to get the C by itself. Minus and positive 120 go to 0, bring down the negative 2C, and then when we subtract these, we get 38, negative 38. And now to get C by itself, we're going to divide by negative 2. And that will leave us with C equals 19. Okay. So this tells us that there are 19 chickens in this field. Okay. Now that I know the number of chickens, I'm going to take this and plug it in to this equation here. So the number of pigs is equal to 30 minus 19, and then that gives me pigs equals 11. And then furthermore, you should take both of these numbers, plug them into this equation, and verify that you get 82, which I will do that with the calculator. So I don't think I opened it up. Let's clear out what we have. All right, so I'm going to do 4 for the pigs times the number of pigs, which is 11, plus 2 times the number of chickens, which I had was 19. And when I hit enter, I'm looking to get 82, which is the number of feet. And it matches. So that tells me my number of pigs is 11. Number of chickens is 19.